the meeting open, and if I could have roll call, please, Ann.
Person Perfetti,
Present.
Treasurer Alex,
Present.
Secretary Knifka,
Present.
Attorney Legnard absent, Sean Ward, CEO,
Present.
John McNulty, CFO,
Present.
Michelle Bourgeois, Assistant to the CFO,
Present.
and in attendance, Joanne Kilmer of Barclay Damon.
Present.
Now we need a motion to excuse
Joe.
Joe. Could I have a
I'll make the
motion?
I'll
Maggie?
second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, and that's carried. Next is the consideration of minutes from our May 19th, 2021 meeting. We all have a copy of it. And if there's no additions or deletions, could I have a motion, please?
I'll make a motion to accept.
I'll second.
Thank you, Maggie. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, and that's carried. Next is consideration of the monthly financial reports as submitted by the Chief Financial Officer, which is Jack. We all have
Which is
copies.
submitted by Michelle because she's.
Because he's
sent an
retired.
email the
Oh,
other day.
okay.
And so
All right.
she got them out.
Okay, any comment? I mean, they
Every-
seem
every-
fine,
yeah,
everything's, we're all on.
Everything is on target.
Okay. Okay, could I have a motion, please?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, and that's carried. We also have the audit of claims for May 19th, 2021 to present, which Michelle has all sent us copies. Are there any questions? Everything seemed pretty normal and routine to me. Any questions? Okay. Could I have a motion, please, then?
I'll make a motion to accept the audit of claims.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, and that's carried. Next is the consideration of the proposed IDA budget for 2022. We all have a copy. If no one has any questions,
Can I,
or if you
Yeah,
want to
I-
make a comment?
Go ahead.
Jack, the IDA budget I noticed had no salary increases proposed for 2022. And I
No,
believe,
that, we do that standard every year, because we don't know what the village is gonna do.
well, that's what I was gonna say, when the village decides what they're
Yeah.
gonna do in their budget process, we can
Yeah.
amend that to
Yeah, we
reflect
can
that.
amend it.
So, okay.
And I just have one comment, Jack, on the first page, where the comment section where it talks about the changes in allocations, Sean's allocation should be 100%. And I think his is the only one that really needs to be in there, because the other ones were affected in 2020, I think.
Oh, and so where it says 80 and 20 for Jack and Sean?
Right, it should just be Sean for 100%. I think we can take the rest of them out.
Didn't catch that. Yeah, we,
'Cause it's.
well, that, where it says budget 2022 budget comments, I don't put that column in there.
Okay.
When I file that with the.
Okay,
That's not in there.
okay.
That's,
That was the only thing
and
I had.
neither are any of the other supporting documents.
Okay,
I take that completely out and I just plop in the numbers when I file that with the ABO.
okay.
And I just got a notice from the ABO today that I messed up on something with it.
Sean, I think they sent you a copy too, Sean.
Yeah, I sent an email back to you. Well, we can talk about that after.
Okay, could I?
It sounds like a year mistake, so.
Yeah, it's just a year for the year to year mistake.
Okay, everybody all set? Could I have a motion, please?
I'll make the motion.
Thank you.
I'll second it.
Thank you, Ted. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, and that's carried. Next is consideration of authorizing the IDA Chief Financial Officer to submit the IDA budget for 2022 to the Authority Budget Office, which is a yearly thing that's always done.
Yeah, that's
So-
gonna be that, like I just said.
Right.
that Page one without the with 2022 comments there, I don't put those in.
Right,
That's
exactly.
just for our own purposes.
Right, and we're familiar with that. So if anyone don't have any questions, I'd like a motion, please.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Second, thank you, Maggie. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, and that's carried. Next is consideration of authorizing a public hearing regarding request by South Island Apartments LLC for additional financial assistance in the form of a mortgage recording tax exemption. We all have the resolution. If anybody wants to
I don't know if Joanne wanted to.
make a
I
comment.
can say a few things just to
Oh,
give you a little
sure.
background. So in 2019, the IDA closed on a straight lease transaction with South Island Apartments for the Starbuck Island project. And at the time, you provided pilot sales and use tax, and mortgage recording tax exemptions. Anytime the IDA provides exemption in excess of $100,000, they're required to hold a public hearing. So since the 2019 closing, the company came back for additional financings, but they were less than $100,000. So now they're requesting a new mortgage, which the savings would be approximately $92,000. So the aggregate of the additional, all of the additional financial assistance is now over $100,000. So you would have to hold a public hearing.
Okay.
Now,
We're-
do we get any administrative fee on, does the IDA get an administrative fee on any part of that?
I believe there is going to be an administrative fee.
0.75, which is the
Yeah,
same.
which is what we gave them a break on that because they had such a big project.
Right.
Yeah,
Now,
instead of
we-
1%, it's 0.75.
So the additional that they're looking to finance is 9.2 or 3 million?
9.2.
9.2 million. So we'll give 0.75% of that, which would be approximately 68,000.
Joanne, do you know if they're aware of that?
Yes, I know, Connie had spoken to Victor Catanera,
Which
about
doesn't
that.
mean it got to Peter, but,
They're gonna be aware of that, so that's,
And we'll put that in, assuming you approve this, we'll put that in the approving resolution for your November meeting.
okay, very good.
Okay.
because when should we request that? I mean,
Well, it'd be at closing, that's when they usually pay the admin fee. So, and Jack, that's, something that there's always an admin fee, whether it's, a bond, the original bond or reauthorization.
yeah,
There's
we
always
did
an
that,
admin
we did
fee.
that with
River's Edge.
River's Edge over here,
Correct.
yeah, because they did a $16 million addition.
Correct.
And we got 160 grand, as Michelle
Yep.
emailed us all the other day.
So we'll get 0.75, which is the percentage that we originally used on that project. And they understand that our rate is usually 1.25, and the IDA authorized, for the previous financing of 0.75
Right.
because of the large, it was a large
Yeah.
project.
Right.
So I think we all agreed on that.
We did.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Joanne. So if I could have a motion, please, I'll have to recuse Maggie Alex on this motion. So I would like to make a motion to accept this resolution.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And that's carried. Okay. At this time, I'll state when we're gonna have our public hearing?
Sure.
Yes. Well, our public hearing on this will be, at the time of our next meeting, it would be November 17th, 2021, at 3 p.m. in the afternoon. We will open with the public hearing on this. Next is consideration of amending the agreement with D.A. Collins to extend the agreement to December 15th, 2021. And I'm gonna hear from Sean on this.
Yeah, this is simply, back in May, we authorized an agreement with D.A. Collins for use of the former Ford Motor Company land, which we owned. They've asked for an extension because they're still not finished with their project.
Mhm.
The payment for that was the installation of a new electronic entrance gate
Yeah.
to the facility, which has been completed. It's in good shape. The only thing we need now is the code to get in, because I tried to get in today and I couldn't. But once we get that, I think we'll be complete. But they've only asked for a few months extra. They literally wanted the end of November. I said, why don't we just do December 15th? And under no circumstances do we want them in there when the snow flies. So
Right.
they're aware of
Does,
that.
well, snow's gonna fly before that, but what are they using that for a laydown area or something?
Yes, and they were doing some work for the Green Island Power Authority.
Okay.
And they had another project at the Port of Albany, and they were already on site mobilized, and they just asked if they could use the land, and we agreed to it. We have a formal contract that was signed by both parties, authorized by our board in May.
Mhm.
And I got together with Joe, we got a letter in place that we can send to them tomorrow. They can be an addendum to the original agreement.
Good.
So, and they will provide, or it may have already provided a certificate of insurance naming us for the additional
Mhm.
month or so that they're gonna be here.
Good. December 15th was good, I think, Sean, you gave them that,
Yeah, I think that.
because really, so could I have a motion to approve this, please?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And that's carried. Is there any other business to be brought before the board? No? Okay. You know, our next meeting then, as I stated, is November 17th, and the hearing on the resolution will be at 3 p.m. on the same date. Could I have a motion to adjourn, please?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And that's carried. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Joanne.
So, thank you.